Hello everyone. So we're back in Book 2, Chapter 13. This will be Part 1. Dharma Sananda here. It is recognized that most of the lessons have already been given unto you regarding the last pages of the ancient scrolls. As these will also be brought forth in the exact format given, I choose to have the scrolls translated. For you ones, a second time, that the records be untainted. There is only one other section that I wish to present it in current format, and it is the one of the crucifixion as presented by my most revered and honored Gabriel. I will give you instruction for the publication of the remaining material as we reach the conclusion of the translations. I place my seal and my truth upon these words. I again relinquish the circuitry to Judas Iscariot, that you can continue with without little interruption as is possible. Thy brothers can be organized in the materials given since I began the regular lessons, that they will be in the next binded. I must have rapid catch-up with the public input, so we will back with credentials as we move forward, as well as publish many of the lessons of Aton. Haton, our beloved Kohans of the Seven Rays. You do not concern yourself with it now. Some letters of credence will be published with several of the documents. I now move to standby. Blessings upon the word. Judas to continue, Dharma. Greetings in a new day in the glory and radiance of the most radiant one. Now let's get back into the scripture. Laws and commandments. Emmanuel spoke of the commandments and laws thusly. Since the commandments of the creation apply and also the laws of God, thus they shall be followed and respected. Since the laws of the creation are the laws of the Spirit, so are the laws of God, the laws of the order and of life. God issued the laws as regulation for that which is right and also as guidelines for life. Thus, laws and commandments serve as path upon which man shall walk in wisdom and intelligence, if he is truthful in his righteousness, inasmuch as the laws of the creation and the laws of God are followed. There is no need for men to bring forth other laws, of any kind whatsoever. The laws of creation and the laws of God shall be considered as the true laws, and they shall have to be followed, for they alone are valid. If man deviates from these commandments and these laws, he brings forth human laws which are based on false logic, and therefore all faulty. If man is faint of heart and spirit, so are his laws faint-hearted and are like hearsay. If man is presumptuous and disregards the commandments of the law of the creation and of God, he is forced to bring forth his own laws which are full of mistakes and lead him astray. Laws and commandments made according to men produce murder and evil will spread and gain control, and man no longer has any power over it. Commandments and laws are valid only if they are derived from wisdom and logic, but logic requires wisdom and perception. Human commandments and human laws are powerless if not based upon the laws of the creation, and God's laws are also based thereon, as were issued by him in wisdom. And of course you can go back to those videos we already made. Proverbs. Verily I say to you, wisdom has to be learned from the laws of the creation, which man perceives in nature. But if man does not think and search, he will not attain wisdom and remains a fool. The wise do not cry over lost things, over those who have physically died, or over things of the past. Fools cry over things that are not worthy of weeping. Thereby they increase their grief and are in the need of experiencing misery. Reminds me of the story of Solomon. Really, how he never cried over his son. I believe Solomon. And this is something to keep in mind. It's like something happened to our society one of these days, and you start wanting to look back and you just center grief in and everything else. Well, let's remember these words of wisdom and Proverbs, what they are. He who is rich in wisdom and lives according to the laws does not allow that creature should suffer, even the least pain or wound, if they are without fault. A fool or a madman who does not conquer and control his emotions considers destruction as an advantage and reverse wise. An advantage as destruction and considers great suffering as a type of joy. And this reminds me of our hunters, the way we do it nowadays. Because men do not follow wisdom and do not seek knowledge, nor perceive the laws, they are filled with imprudence and vice. The dishonest and stupid, the defiant, the misery, those without moral scruples, the coarse and vulgar, and the angry, will be heard as someone who is poor in spirit. If a person perceive daily in due manner just a little wisdom in spirit, he progresses like the moon during the light half of the month cycle. A little wisdom each day goes a long way. Wisdom is the greatest asset of man, and so is the created will, which is Lord over love and happiness. But all this has no meaning without the power of spirit. And that's where we start in part 1.